There, rock fans, welcome to the latest edition of Under the Radar Review from the Aroundtable. I'm your host, Steven, and this is where I pick an album from my collection that I think deserves a little bit more love or respect for whatever reason. Maybe it didn't sell or it did sell well and people have just forgotten about it, like I have. So when I go through my collection, I kind of go and see something that I haven't seen before. I look at a title or I look at a cover and I go, what is this? When did I get this? Pull it out and listen to it all over again. So today I listened to Rockford from Cheap Trick. Cheap Trick's been around, a band that's been around since the late 70s. Their first four albums, their self-titled album, In Color, Dream Police, and Heaven Tonight are considered by most fans as their quintessential releases or classics. They have released multiple albums over the years. They're still a very powerful touring unit. They're phenomenal live. Their studio output, most people will consider inconsistent. There's been hit and misses. They've been trying to find a fine line of having their unique style hit radio waves, but yet be rock enough for the fans, and sometimes it's a hit and miss. They've always referenced the Beatles as one of their biggest references, and you hear it in the songs. They're very catchy, very like 3 minute long, hook-filled, sensational songs. So in 2006, when Rockford came out, it was a pleasant surprise. This is a very pop-oriented album, I'm going to say. There is a lot of guitar on here, but it's done in a way. This is a really interesting album where there is a lot of guitar. It's played loud, but somehow in the mix, it's hard enough to get the hardcore fans who like them when they rock hard, but there's a lot of fans that like their pop side, or some people who don't like it as rock, or they don't like Cheap Trick as rock. It found that great middle ground where it has a little bit, so it's very guitar oriented, but it's pop. Very, very pop. And I enjoyed this quite a bit. A lot of producers on here. There's Linda Perry from Four Non Blondes. She does Perfect Stranger. There's Jack Douglas, who produced their quintessential albums, the ones I referenced before. There is the executive producer Bill Edwards, but it's a whole slew of the others when I was reading the booklet, which usually sends a red flag to me, because when you have so many guys mixing the pot, usually it kills an album for me. There's not too many albums that have multiple producers like that sound well to me, because usually it sounds very disjointed because every producer has their own way. But with this set, they seem to have found the right guys to say, hey, work on this song and make this as Cheap Trick-esque as you can. And they found the right people. And I think this works. The majority of the songs here are fantastic. And very similar to older songs, like Welcome to the World. It reminds me of Hello There. Come On, Come On, Come On. There's a song called Come On and In Color. There's Eau Claire. There's another version of Eau Claire on another album. A lot of referencing of their own material on there, which is very interesting. But the songs overall, very poppy, very catchy. First time you hear it, it's like you've heard them 100 times already. This is almost like a alternate universe greatest hits package. So Welcome to the World, like I said, sounds like Hello There. Perfect Stranger is a catchy little number. If that was released, in the 80s, it would have been a massive hit. If It Takes a Lifetime is a great, great mid-tempo rocker. Come On, Come On, Come On is a great, great rocker. Eau Claire is a beautiful ballad. This Time You Got It kind of has a hint of ELO and Roy Orbison vibe on there, but works phenomenal. Every Night and Every Day is, if the Beatles ever did a project with Def Leppard or Mutt Lange, the producer of the Hysteria, got on board, this would be the track. The rest, I was never a fan of Give It Away. Not too hard. The rest I like. Dream the Night Away is another great one. All Those Years is great. Decaf is great. 12 tracks. If it would have been 10, I think it would have been an ultimate greatest hits package from an alternate universe. Very catchy, very poppy, like I said, but enough guitars to make the guitar-oriented fans really get on board, but yet poppy enough to get on radio and poppy enough to have, you can play this anywhere to anyone. People just, what a great album. Like, who is this? I can see people going, who is this? It's so great. So do yourself a favor. Go search this out. It must be on Spotify or some streaming service. I don't think if you like Cheap Trick and you've never followed them after, let's say, Dream Police or whatever, this is the album to look out for. This is something really good. There has been other ones, but right now, this is the one I'm liking today, and it's super power pop. It has that Beatles influence, yet with a hard 70s rock sound. And they found, like I said, they found a perfect balance. Rock's hard, but not too hard, not too poppy, but just pop enough to make it catchy and easily digestible. One of the most cohesive albums, I think, in their careers. Probably the most cohesive since, I'm going to say Dream Police. That says a lot. I think it was like 20 years ago, you know? Dream Police, what? 1978 to 2006. That's a while. So, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I even like the cover. I like them as cartoon figures because they're kind of larger than life and cartoony in a way because they should be. They've never fit the mold of traditional rock radio. Like I said, they have those Beatle influences, but yet they rock really hard. There's one of those few bands that you can't really pigeonhole. So they're kind of like superheroes, kind of like comic book characters. So I like that cover. It represents exactly what I would think they are, or most fans think they are. They're larger than life, out of this world, something out of the mold, and it works well. But this is a fantastic album. I'm going to say, like I said, out of the 12 tracks, there's 10 that I like. So that's a pretty good share of the tracks. And like I said, if there would have been 10, this would have been a greatest hits package in an alternate universe. You let me know if you ever heard this album. You have this album. Love to hear from you. Do you like Cheap Trick? Do you know who Cheap Trick is? Love to hear from you. Post something below. Try to get back to you. This is Steven from the Aroundtable with my latest entry in Under the Radar Review 2006 Rockford from the one and only Cheap Trick. See you soon, guys.